What's up, guys? Welcome to another Straight Edge Wrestling prediction series. This week it is TLC 2018. Actually quite a good looking card. Build up maybe not so much, but the card looks pretty good. So what do you make of the card as a whole?
It's a bit hit or miss at the moment.
Yeah, I think the top four matches are probably quite good. The rest is pretty.
I think you'll find the main match you have is like Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
Match Charlotte.
Yeah, I think that your sort of title matches and your main top four are probably all right, but everything else is kind of hit and miss. So we'll get right into it. We'll start with the Mixed Match Challenge finale. We've got R-Truth and Carmella versus Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox. Who you got and why?
Oh, R-Truth, you know. Straight in there, number 30 Royal Rumble, win the Royal Rumble, you know. Straight in there against Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. Be amazing.
Yeah, that's a 5-star match. We've got
It could be, you never know.
Yeah, I've got R-Truth as well.
He's a surprise element there, you know. He can do amazing things in the matches.
I've got R-Truth and Carmella as well.
Can you imagine?
It could be Jinder and Alicia because, like you said,
there is a bit of a push for him. So
yeah, they've been doing stuff with him, so I could see it.
I don't want to see it myself, but
no, but yeah, I could see it.
What I'd love to see in the main event at WrestleMania, a dance break halfway through.
Could you imagine?
Could you imagine Daniel Bryan getting involved?
No, because we're going to be there, and I don't want to have to sit through that in the main event of Mania.
That'd be awesome.
And yeah, so I've got R-Truth and Carmella as well. I don't really care, to be honest, but R-Truth and Carmella is probably the lesser of two evils. We then move on to
Carmella's amazing.
We then move on to a singles match between Natalya and Ruby Riott in a tables match. So
I can see Ruby winning it. No, she's got numbers in her side, but
I've got Ruby as well. I've got Ruby. It says on here, does the Anvil Neidhart table get used?
Oh, it's got to do, ain't it?
It probably has, even though it's got quite a bit of backlash from various people online about its insensitivity or whatever. Who cares? It's a work.
What WWE right now is insensitive.
I mean, the whole business. I'm assuming
sends me to sleep.
Yeah. I've got Ruby Riott. I don't see Natalya getting anything out of this if she wins, so there's no point. We then have maybe the most pointless match on the card, the most confusing match on the card, I should say.
What do you mean?
A ladder match between Elias and Bobby Lashley with the guitar hanging above the ring, and the first person to get the guitar can use the guitar.
It technically should be a pole match.
It's a pole match. That's what it is.
Always shout on what Vince Russo used to do a lot.
Yeah, it's a pole match. It's a glorified pole match. You know, that's
just involving a ladder.
It means no sense whatsoever.
Why would you not just use a ladder on the opponent instead of a guitar?
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm sure the metal ladder is going to hurt a hell of a lot more than the wooden guitar. But I've got Bobby.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be like a heel night sort of thing running through most of it. But I've got Bobby. I like Elias, but I don't really care either way. But I think Bobby. We then have a match we've seen about 90 times on Raw in the past month. Finbar versus Drew McIntyre. I'm not going to be surprised as to who you've got. I shouldn't think. Who have you got?
I'd love to put Finn. I really would, but you know,
it's Drew, isn't it? It's Drew.
He's got the push going at the moment.
It's Drew. Finn is. I love Finn. I love Finn. I've always liked Finn, but I mean, man, that match is not made for Finn, is it? Finn versus Drew. You look at that imagery between the two dudes, but yeah, it's going to be Drew.
It's not actually on thing. Rey Mysterio is beating people like Mark Henry and The Big Show.
Yeah. But like they've got the push for Drew, and they're coming up. So still happening now. But yeah, it's just I don't know where Finn goes from here. SmackDown, New Japan, anywhere. We then have
you don't want him in the company. You just said you loved the guy.
We then have a singles match, which is a chairs match, because why could we not have a chairs match on this pay-per-view?
They've done stair matches in this pay-per-view in the past.
Yeah. Whether or not it's any good is another thing. It seems a bit pointless. I've got Randy.
I'd put Ray. They've given him Ray a bit of a push at the moment.
They have. I just don't think this feud's done yet. I think they're going to drag it out even longer. So I think that...
Yeah, so Ray will win, so then that's why Randy Orton will come back at him.
Yeah,
another chair.
It makes sense. I think it go either way. I think all I've got in my mind is tonight is that it's going to be a chair shot leading into some kind of RKO. That's
if
all
I'm
I've
honest,
got,
it doesn't really matter because it's a match that's been done for like the last 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. We've seen it literally dozens of times since the mid-2000s. We then have the Cruiserweight Championship match. Buddy Murphy versus Cedric Alexander.
Buddy Murphy, then what's the point in Cruiserweight?
Yeah, I love Buddy Murphy. Everything I've seen, I don't watch 205 Live, but everything I've seen of Buddy Murphy, he's great. Really, really great.
Well, after the so-called Enzo thing and Neville...
Yeah, he's really turned that...
Bodies seem to be taking it in another new direction.
Yeah, he's really turned the Cruiserweight roster around, and he's been getting a lot of good press. Like lots of, Meltzer's, Keller's, Wade, all them, they've all been saying how great he is on the show. Like I've watched odd bits, obviously, on the pay-per-views we've seen, and we've both agreed like how great he is. And, like his image is really good as well. Yeah, I'm.
It shows sort of thing that he seems to be a bit underused for NXT.
Oh, absolutely. So he impresses me every single time. But I tend to skip through cruiserweight matches, but I've been watching every single one of his since he's become champion, since he was in the championship picture, and like I think that's quite a testament to people who don't watch the cruiserweight stuff and the 205 Live stuff. He's actually making people sort of stick with it a little bit. So I like him. Yeah. So I've got Buddy. We then have the one of only 2 TLC matches on this TLC pay-per-view, which is...
Be lucky you got a TLC match at all.
Yeah, true. Which is Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin. Have you got...
I'm going to let you go first on this one.
I've got Braun.
Yeah, pretty much same
right,
time.
okay. Yeah, I've got Braun.
He wants actually, that means Corbin's going to win, ain't it? Because no one wants to see him win.
Yeah, I fear that. And like with...
But then it also ruins the whole thing of speculation of Vince being on Raw.
With Vince McMahon being on Raw this Monday, my assumption was it was him coming there to fire Baron, but I could quite easily see Baron winning and it being a Vince Baron thing there. I don't even know.
What, Baron being put in the rubbish?
Yeah, doing it a la Eric Bischoff. But yeah, I kind of see Baron lose. I see this being a squash match. Braun's just come back off injury. He's probably not healed completely. Like the picture he posted a few days back, he's still got bruising completely up his arm.
Well, let's be honest, the other two are going to get involved. So
we then have the SmackDown Tag Team Championship, which is the Bar versus the New Day versus the Usos. Who have you got?
I can see the Bar coming out on top, but as always, I always hope when Usos are in a match that they win. Yeah,
I can see this going any of the 3 ways, to be fair, because we've seen this sort of match between the 3 of them. The most annoying thing about this is this should have been a TLC match. You said it the other day. I've seen so many people say it.
Because it should have just been a go-on thing from the Hardys.
I've seen Bubba Ray earlier this week. He even said on I think it was on Sirius XM, he said that this should have been a TLC match. He said these guys should have given us a run for our money. Like this is what it should have been. And
they all could have done it.
They could have done it, and it's a real shame. I've put the New Day. I don't really know. It could be. You could literally flip a 3-sided coin.
What's the betting it on this one? All of a sudden, it'll be on the day, and next thing you know, it's a TLC match.
It'll be Sting versus Triple H all over again.
All the second we'll suddenly realise, well, why the belts hang up in the middle of the ring?
We forgot about that. Oh, by the way,
it's a TLC match.
Well, I mean that's the point. It's like I heard Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer newsletter this week say that there was the Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin match was a bit confusing in that what's hanging above the ring. Because the idea is that if Baron wins, he gets the contract to stay as general manager of Raw
until Vince shows up.
And if Braun wins, he gets to face Brock at the Rumble. So is it the contracts hanging above? Because they've never mentioned it. They haven't mentioned once what's hanging above. They've said the stipulation, but they've not said what's hanging above the ring. So my assumption is the contracts, but we don't really know because they've sort of just left that one to the imagination until Sunday night. We also then have the Intercontinental Championship match, Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose, a match which should have been a hell of a match, a hell of a build, really made everyone interested, and is sort of transpired as just, you smell and I'm going to wear a mask to the ring. Who have you got?
Well, I love Dean and I wouldn't mind seeing Dean winning it, but Vince McMahon's really got to stop writing the show.
It's depressing. It's because
they did a good thing with that part of his look, but they should have given him an epic mask and kind of not done it that you all smell and it might catch something.
Yeah, he should have
done a full blown Bane.
He should have been Brian Pillman. This is what it should have been for years. It should have been full blown psychopath Brian Pillman.
So he's going to shoot Seth Rollins. Is that what you want? You want him to shoot Seth?
I mean, it'd be interesting
Even though you're hoping and praying Seth's fighting Brock Lesnar at the WrestleMania.
No, I'm not hoping and praying that. I'm not hoping and praying that. I'm hoping and praying that Drew is fighting Brock at Mania. But
I can't hope Drew Dean, but
I've got Seth for this match. It's I think this is one which could go either way because I don't see it finishing here either. I think it's probably going to go to.
When has it ever finished that good? It's normally 7 months down the line that match finishes. They'll still be fighting at WrestleMania. Everyone forgotten to tell them to stop.
Yeah, I think it's going to carry on to the Rumble, maybe Fastlane, who really knows. But
they've probably gone to WrestleMania.
I hope not. I really don't want to see it go on that long. We then have the Raw Women's Championship: Ronda Rousey versus Nia Jax with Tamina.
Do you even have to ask the question?
No, it's Ronda, isn't it? Like, we've got Ronda.
Well, we all know Ronda's going to WrestleMania with that belt, and we all know
she's going to be
ass kicker's going to kick her ass.
She's going to be like a year undefeated, basically. Next up, we have the WWE Championship match: Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles. Who you got?
Well, let's be honest. We all know Daniel's going to win. The question is AJ going to get kicked in the nuts?
Yeah, it's Bryan's win. It's just how many times does he either kick AJ in the dick or kick him in the head? Basically.
No, the other question, because let's be honest, every match AJ Styles has at the pay-per-view, someone kicks him in the
nuts. And this is just a straight match. Like, there's no stipulation. So if it was
also should have either been a ladder or something.
Should have been a ladder. It should have just been a standard ladder. Like, why give Elias and Bobby Lashley a hanging guitar and not give the WWE Championship a ladder? That would have been a phenomenal ladder match. Daniel Bryan versus AJ. Man.
I know.
There's
apart from the chair, there isn't actually that much. All the weird matches seem to go into Raw this time.
Yeah, you've got the tables match on Raw. You've got the ladder with guitar on Raw. Singles chairs match SmackDown. TLC match Baron Braun Raw. Then you've got TLC SmackDown. Yeah, you've literally that would have been a phenomenal ladder match between the two. That would have been like a Shawn Michaels sort of like ladder match. You know, that would have been that kind of thing. But yeah, I've got Bryan. They're not going to put it back on AJ. AJ doesn't need the win. We're being told that AJ is negotiating a part-time deal at the moment as well. So, you know, he's probably not going to be around as much.
You know, because R-Truth's going to win the Royal Rumble. It's going to be Daniel and R-Truth for dancing in the middle.
And moving on to the SmackDown Women's Championship, which is Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair versus Asuka in a TLC match. We're assuming it's going to be the main event.
Well, she's the face of the company, Becky Lynch.
Like, on WWE's list, which is the way like this is sort of laid out here, it isn't. But I'd assume that it's going to be the main event. I hope it is. I've written Becky down. I've got a better plan for it, but I think it'd be Becky.
Well, whenever Becky's in a match, I can only ever hope she wins. So.
Yeah, I think the best thing they could do is either a Becky win here and then a Becky loss before the Rumble and her in the Rumble or whatever. But I don't know. I think that...
As long as I don't see it on Charlotte, I don't really care.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind Asuka picking it up. Like, because Becky doesn't have to lose here. That's the beauty of the triple threat, isn't it? Like, Becky doesn't have to... And with it being, like, the title hanging above the ring, like, she doesn't have to lose this match. Asuka can win it with Becky being taken out elsewhere. But it's probably going to be Becky because I should highly doubt they're going to want to take it off her while she's hot. Even though they can build to bigger and better things, I shouldn't think that they're going to want to take it off her. But overall, I think this is going to be quite a good pay-per-view. I think there's going to be a lot of stuff which I'm just not going to care about. But
the important matches should be really, really good.
Oh god, yeah! I think all of the stipulation matches are going to be really good, and like even Bryan AJ.
I'm a bit confused about the whole guitar thing. If I'm honest,
it's not going to make any sense. But there we are.
Yeah, when you've been beaten up by a ladder, and the next thing you know, you get beaten by a fucking guitar.
Yeah, it's going to be like a little like a light breeze in comparison, wouldn't it? But anyway, those are our predictions for TLC 2018. Head on over to straightedgewrestling.com. You can see it up there. Head on over to straightedgewrestling.com to see more breaking news, reviews, predictions, and all that good stuff. Head on over to Twitter at SEW_podcast. Like and subscribe to this YouTube channel, and head on over to our Facebook, which is down below. We're out.